When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. Hi, I'm Linda Watson-Call. Thank you for taking the time to join me in this week's episode of Dragonfly Soup. I hope you're enjoying these episodes as much as I enjoy creating them. So please show your support of this program by clicking like now. And if you think this episode would be of value to someone else, feel free to share it. Let's get the message out. My shout out this week goes to Oliver. Oliver has been watching Dragonfly Soup for quite a few months now and is a subscriber. Oliver said she'd vote for me if I ran for office, or at least have one of her parents vote. Way to go, Oliver. Did you ever walk into a room and a few people who were sitting there looked up at you and then looked at each other and started laughing? I have. And I get this uncomfortable feeling that they're laughing at me. That thought would stay with me for the rest of the day, and I would wonder, was it something that I wore? Was it my hair? Why were they laughing at me? Well, the odds are that they were in the middle of a funny conversation, and it just happened that I walked in before the punchline. But because they looked at me, I thought they were laughing at me. Other times, things happen, and you become totally convinced that that other person is against you and what you want or what you stand for. When we were applying for our special land use for our winery, we were given a set of papers that required answers about our business, along with diagrams to show the location of the building in relationship to the property lines, the layout of the facility, even where parking would be located. We took our time and painstakingly completed all the information. We ran the papers past our lawyer and was told that everything was good. When we got to the meeting, though, it wasn't good. We were told that we had completed the wrong papers. The information was incorrect, and even though it did answer the questions, they could, if they wanted, deny us our special land use with no option of appeals. We were totally devastated because we knew that we completed everything according to the papers we were given. We were told that we should have known that those were the wrong papers. Really? We were convinced that the entire board, no, make that our entire municipality, was against us and trying to get us to give up our goal of starting a winery. Several months and painstaking meetings later, we did get our special land use, but we still harbored those feelings that they were against us. Because of this incident, I started following all the board and planning commission meetings. Here's what I discovered. A resident wanted to start a dog kennel. They went to the officials of the municipality and was told there would be no problem starting the dog kennel. They were given the paperwork that was required, and a special meeting was set up for their land use. I couldn't believe what I witnessed. Even though they were given the paperwork to complete, it was the wrong paperwork. And they were told that the ordinances were in the middle of being changed, so they may or may not be able to get the kennel on their property. Wrong paperwork? Possibly being denied? Again, but this time it was somebody else. These weren't the only people that ran into this. I saw this happen over and over again and realized that it wasn't us or the dog kennel people or the used car business. It was the mentality of our municipality that is trying to discourage growth and personal opportunity. But what about the person who gives out the papers? Is this person truly incompetent that no one ever gets the correct papers to complete? No one ever gets the right information? If so, why is this person still holding this position? Or is this a tactic to try to make people feel incompetent, even though they're not? Don Miguel Ruiz, a Mexican author of Toltec spiritualism and neo-shamanistic texts, has said it well. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. What he means is you will realize that it's not you and it's not about you. It's about the person who's trying to make you feel like you're the victim. It's about the person who gets his or her ego tricked by giving out the wrong information so that the other person starts to doubt whether they're really doing the right thing. It's about the person who feels that he or she has the authority to make things miserable for others. You know, the big fish in the small pond mentality. It's about the person who has to point out everyone else's flaws so no one will notice how inept that person really is. But it is about you and me. It's about our ability to see through that person and know in our hearts and in our beings that we are doing the right thing, regardless of that person's ability to try to put up walls. It's about us to be able to do what needs to be done to reach our goal, no matter how hard others try to stop us. We can only be stopped if we believe those people have the power. We know they don't, but they know all the tricks to make us start to doubt ourselves. Don't fall for it. Keep moving toward your goals, knowing that what is really happening is not about you. It's not about me. It is about the insecurity of others and their desire to stop us because they don't have the will to do some of the things for themselves. And the only way they can feel good is to keep us from trying to reach our goals, trying to make us fail. Don't fall for it. You, me, we can do whatever we set our minds to do, and nobody has the power to stop us. So tell me, either in the comments below or a message, the biggest challenge you ever had to face and how you overcame it. Be sure to click like for this week's episode, and while you're at it, share it with your friends. You might also want to check out our gift shop where you can purchase items like this Dragonfly Soup t-shirt, hoodies, or other gifts. The link is below. Or you can show support for this program by clicking the support link below. Any contribution to continue this series will be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next week, right here on Dragonfly Soup. Here's to our transformation and our best year ever.